And I want you to keep listening because I am still shaping your heart and steadying your steps, and there will be days ahead when emotions rise and questions return. But do not be afraid of those moments, because doubt does not cancel faith, it only reveals where trust is still growing. And when you bring those questions to me instead of hiding them, I will answer you with peace rather than condemnation. And I am teaching you that maturity is not pretending to be strong but learning where to lean, and you can always lean on me, and as you move forward you will notice that some things no longer satisfy you the way they once did, some conversations will feel empty, some habits will lose their appeal, some paths will feel heavy, and this is not loss, this is alignment, because I am refining your desires to match your destiny, and what once distracted you will no longer hold power over you, and I am also teaching you patience with others, because not everyone grows at the same pace. And you will learn to love people where they are without allowing them to pull you backward, and this balance will protect your heart while keeping it soft, and I am reminding you that obedience does not always feel exciting, but it always produces peace, and even when obedience costs you comfort or approval, it will never cost you purpose, and I am strengthening your courage to choose what is right even when it is lonely, because loneliness in obedience is temporary, but regret from compromise lasts much longer, and I am also teaching you to trust the quiet confirmations I give you. Not every direction will come with signs and noise, sometimes it will simply be a gentle knowing in your spirit, and you must learn to honor that knowing, and as you do, your confidence will grow, and you will move with calm assurance instead of constant hesitation, and I am shaping your perspective so that you see setbacks as redirections, criticism as refinement, and waiting as preparation, and this perspective will keep your heart free from bitterness and your mind free from despair. And I am reminding you that I am not distant from your daily life, I am present in your routines, your work, your conversations, and your quiet moments, and when you invite me into ordinary spaces, they become sacred, and you will begin to sense my presence not only in prayer but in walking, working, resting, and serving. And this awareness will anchor you when life feels uncertain, and I am also teaching you gratitude, because a thankful heart stays open and sensitive to my blessings, and when you learn to thank me even before you see results, you position yourself to receive more, and gratitude will guard you from comparison and envy, because you will recognize that what I am doing in your life is personal and purposeful, and I am reminding you to stay teachable, because pride closes doors that humility keeps open, and as you remain teachable, I will continue to guide you through people, experiences, and my word, and I am also strengthening your hope, because hope is not wishful thinking, it is confident expectation rooted in my promises, and even when circumstances shift, hope will keep you steady, and I want you to remember that you are never behind, you are never forgotten, and you are never overlooked, because I see you fully and I am ordering your steps with care, and when you feel tired, rest in me, when you feel confused, ask me, when you feel afraid, hold on to my promises, and when you feel strong, remain humble, and through it all remember this, I am faithful, I am near, and I am continuing the work I started in you, and as long as you keep walking with me, listening to my voice, and trusting my guidance, I will lead you forward, protect your heart, strengthen your spirit, and bring you into everything I have prepared, step by step, day by day, until what I have spoken over your life stands fulfilled. And I am still with you, still speaking, still guiding, because this walk is not meant to be rushed or shortened, and every layer of your heart matters to me, and there will be seasons when you feel steady and strong, and other seasons when you feel stretched and uncertain, but both are necessary, because strength is built through stretching and wisdom is formed through waiting, and I am teaching you not to fear change, because change in my hands is never meant to harm you but to move you closer to who you are called to be, and when familiar things fall away, it is not because you are losing something valuable, but because I am making room for something greater, and I am reminding you that obedience often requires release, and letting go can feel painful, but it is also the doorway to freedom, and I am teaching you to trust me even when the outcome is unclear, because faith is not knowing every detail, it is knowing the one who leads you, and as you continue forward, you will notice that your reactions soften, your patience deepens, and your confidence becomes quieter but stronger, and this is growth you cannot fake, and I am also teaching you to listen more than you speak, because wisdom grows in stillness, and discernment sharpens when you are attentive to my voice, and I am reminding you that not every battle requires your response, some require your restraint, and choosing peace over proving a point will protect your spirit, and I am shaping your humility, because humility keeps you teachable and grounded, and it allows me to trust you with greater responsibility, and I am also strengthening your boundaries, because love without boundaries leads to exhaustion, but love guided by wisdom leads to lasting fruit, and you will learn that saying no does not make you unkind, it makes you faithful to what I have entrusted to you, and I am reminding you that rest is not laziness, it is obedience, because even your body needs renewal, and when you honor rest, you honor the limits I designed for your good, and I am teaching you to recognize when to push forward and when to pause, because both require faith, and I am also healing the way you view the past, because you no longer need to replay old mistakes or miss chances, and what you learned from them is more valuable than what you lost in them, and I am redeeming even the moments you regret, using them to shape compassion, wisdom, and empathy within you, and I am reminding you that you are becoming someone new, and growth sometimes feels like grief, because you are saying goodbye to old versions of yourself, but do not mourn what you have outgrown, celebrate what you are stepping into, and I am also preparing you to be a source of encouragement to others, because your journey will give hope to people who are still finding their way, and your words, your patience, and your faith will speak louder than perfection ever could, and I am teaching you to stay rooted in truth, because opinions will change, voices will rise and fall, but my truth remains steady, and when you anchor your life in it, you will not be easily shaken, and I am reminding you that even when progress feels slow, it is still progress, and steady growth lasts longer than sudden change, and I am walking with you through every step, every doubt, every breakthrough, and I am not growing tired of you, not growing distant, not losing interest, and as long as you keep turning your heart toward me, I will keep guiding you, strengthening you, correcting you when needed, and loving you without condition, and the road ahead is not empty, it is filled with purpose, grace, and provision, and you will not walk it alone, because I am with you now and always, and what I am building in you will stand strong, endure pressure, and bring life not only to you, but to many others through you, and this journey continues, deeper, stronger, and more beautiful with every step you take in trust. And I will keep speaking to you because this path is still unfolding and your heart is still learning how to rest fully in my truth, and there will be moments when you look around and wonder why others seem to move faster or receive sooner, but I want you to remember that comparison steals peace and blinds you to your own progress, and I have never measured your life against anyone else's timeline, because your journey is designed with intention, precision, and love, and every delay has purpose. Every pause has meaning, and every season has been carefully chosen to prepare you for what is ahead, and I am teaching you to slow your thoughts, because not every thought that enters your mind deserves your agreement, and as you learn to filter your thoughts through truth instead of fear, you will experience greater clarity and emotional stability, and I am reminding you that your mind is a battlefield, but you are not unarmed, because my truth is your anchor and my promises are your shield. And when anxious thoughts arise, you can bring them to me instead of letting them rule you, and I will replace confusion with peace, and I am also teaching you the power of persistence, because consistency in seeking me builds strength even when feelings change, and there will be days when you do not feel inspired or motivated, but faithfulness on those days matters more than enthusiasm on the easy ones, and every small step you take toward me counts, even when it feels insignificant, and I am reminding you that I celebrate your obedience even when no one else sees it, and I see every quiet prayer, every resisted temptation, every act of kindness, and none of it is wasted, and I am shaping your resilience so that disappointment no longer crushes you the way it once did, and instead of shutting down, you will learn to rise, reflect, and move forward with wisdom, and I am also healing your expectations, because sometimes disappointment comes not from lack of blessing but from expectations placed on the wrong timing or the wrong source, and as you align your expectations with my will, you will experience deeper contentment, and I am teaching you that joy is not dependent on circumstances but rooted in connection with me, and even in uncertain seasons, joy will quietly sustain you, and I am reminding you that your worth is not defined by productivity or results, because you are valuable simply because you are mine, and when you live from that truth, you will work from peace instead of pressure, and I am also strengthening your discernment, because as opportunities increase, not all doors should be entered, and I will teach you how to recognize what aligns with your calling and what distracts from it, and saying no will become easier when you trust that I am your provider and your promoter, and I am preparing you for deeper responsibility, because growth always brings greater influence, and influence requires humility, wisdom, and self-control, and I am developing those qualities in you now, even when it feels uncomfortable, and I am reminding you that correction is not rejection, it is direction, and when I adjust your path, it is because I see further than you do, and I am also teaching you to forgive quickly, because unforgiveness weighs down your spirit and clouds your vision, and forgiveness is not about excusing harm but about freeing your heart, and as you forgive, you will feel lighter, clearer, and more at peace, and I am reminding you that you are not alone in this process, because I am with you in every decision, every challenge, and every victory, and even when you feel unseen, I am close, and when you feel weak, my strength carries you, and as you continue walking forward, trusting me one step at a time, you will look back and realize how much you have grown, how much you have healed, and how much I have carried you through, and your faith will no longer be fragile. It will be rooted, steady, and confident, and through your life others will see hope, not because you are perfect, but because you are faithful, and I will continue to guide you, refine you, and lead you forward, because this story is still unfolding, and what lies ahead will reveal not only my promises fulfilled, but the strength, wisdom, and peace I have been building within you all along. And as you continue walking forward, I want you to know that every step you take in obedience is opening more doors you cannot yet see, because I am arranging meetings, timing, and moments in ways that will surprise you, and even what feels small or ordinary right now is carrying great weight in the spirit, so do not despise simple beginnings or quiet progress, because I work powerfully through faithfulness, and I am teaching you patience that does not weaken hope but strengthens it, patience that trusts me even when results are not immediate, and this patience will protect your heart from frustration and your mind from fear, and I am also teaching you humility that keeps you grounded as I lift you higher, so that success will not change your heart and influence will not steal your intimacy with me, because staying close to me is your greatest strength. And as your influence grows you will notice that people are drawn to you not because of loud words but because of peace, wisdom, and truth flowing naturally from your life, and you will become someone others trust in confusion, someone others lean on in storms, and someone whose presence brings calm into chaos, and I am reminding you that your value is not in what you do but in who you are to me, so even on days when you feel tired or unsure, you are still deeply loved, chosen, and held, and when you make mistakes along the way I will not turn away from you, but I will guide you, correct you gently, and help you grow stronger through grace, and I am teaching you to forgive quickly, release offense, and keep your heart clean, because a pure heart keeps your vision clear, and I am also sharpening your discernment so you know when to move forward and when to wait, when to speak and when to stay silent, when to give and when to guard your energy, and this balance will protect you from burnout and distraction, and I want you to trust that even delays are working for your good, because I am aligning you with the right people and the right timing, and nothing meant for you will miss you, and nothing that is not meant for you can trap you, and as you grow you will begin to see how your past pain becomes wisdom, your scars become strength, and your testimony becomes a light for others who are still struggling, and you will speak from experience with compassion, not judgment, and people will feel seen and understood through you, and remember this, you do not need to rush or compare yourself to anyone else, because your journey is unique and your timing is perfect in my hands, and as long as you keep walking with me, listening to me, and trusting me, I will lead you step by step into everything I promised, and even when the path feels uncertain, my presence will be your assurance, my peace will be your guide, and my love will be your foundation, and I am calling you to stay faithful, stay soft-hearted, stay courageous, and stay close to me, because what I am doing in you is only the beginning, and the story I am writing through your life will bring hope, healing, and glory far beyond what you can imagine right now. And I continue speaking to you because there is still so much I want you to understand and carry in your heart, so stay with me and let these words settle deep inside you, because the journey ahead will stretch you but it will also strengthen you, and every step forward will reveal more of who you truly are becoming, and I want you to know that I am not rushing you, I am walking with you, and growth in my kingdom is not about speed but about depth, not about applause but about alignment, and there will be moments when progress feels slow and unseen, but even then I am working quietly beneath the surface, building roots that will hold you steady when storms come and success increases, and I am teaching you to trust my process even when you do not understand it, because understanding often comes later, after obedience, after patience, after surrender, and as you learn to trust me more deeply, fear will lose its grip on you, because fear cannot survive where trust is strong, and I am inviting you to live from a place of rest rather than striving, knowing that you do not need to prove yourself to anyone, because your identity is secure in me, and when you stop trying to earn love, approval, or purpose, you will begin to move freely, boldly, and joyfully into the life I have prepared for you, and I am teaching you to recognize my peace as a guide, because when you walk in my will there will be a deep inner assurance even when circumstances are uncertain, and when something is not from me, your spirit will feel heavy and unsettled, so learn to pay attention to what brings peace and what drains it, because peace is not weakness, it is strength rooted in trust, and I am also training you to see beyond what is visible, to not judge your progress by appearances alone, because some of the greatest breakthroughs happen quietly, invisibly, before they ever show up outwardly. And I am reminding you that faith is not the absence of questions but the decision to trust me even when questions remain, and as you grow in faith you will become less reactive and more responsive, less controlled by emotion and more guided by wisdom, and I am shaping your character to match the calling I have placed on your life, because character will sustain what gifting attracts, and integrity will protect what influence builds, and I am teaching you consistency, to keep showing up even when motivation fades. Because faithfulness in small things opens doors to greater responsibility, and you will learn that doing what is right when no one is watching is what prepares you for moments when many are watching, and I am also healing the way you see yourself, because some of your struggles have not come from lack of ability but from wounds that made you doubt your worth, and I am gently replacing lies with truth, replacing shame with grace, replacing fear with confidence, and as this inner healing continues, you will notice that your reactions change, your boundaries strengthen, and your confidence becomes quiet and steady rather than loud and defensive, and you will stop chasing validation and start walking in assurance, and I am teaching you to let go of control, because control is often rooted in fear, and surrender is the doorway to peace, and when you release outcomes to me, you will experience freedom even while working hard and dreaming big, and I am also teaching you endurance, because not every promise manifests quickly, and not every victory comes without resistance, but endurance builds spiritual muscle, and perseverance teaches you how to stand firm when feelings fluctuate, and as you endure, you will discover that you are stronger than you once believed, and that trials did not destroy you but refined you, and I am reminding you that setbacks are not failures but lessons, and delays are not denials but preparation, and every closed door has protected you from paths that would have cost you peace, purpose, or clarity, and as you look back one day, you will thank me for doors I did not open and prayers I did not answer the way you expected, because my wisdom sees farther than your vision, and my love protects you in ways you may not immediately understand, and I am also teaching you to celebrate progress rather than perfection, to recognize growth even when you are still learning, and to give yourself grace as you develop, because transformation is a journey, not a moment. And I am patient with you, so learn to be patient with yourself, and I am calling you to live with intention, to choose daily habits that strengthen your spirit, your mind, and your heart, because who you become is shaped by what you repeatedly choose, and as you choose truth over fear, obedience over comfort, and faith over doubt, you will steadily move into greater clarity and confidence, and I am teaching you to value silence, because in stillness your spirit hears more clearly, and in quiet moments I restore your strength and renew your perspective, and I am reminding you that you do not need to have everything figured out to take the next step, because I reveal direction one step at a time to keep you close to me, and if I showed you everything at once, you might rely on information instead of relationship, and I desire your heart more than your performance, and I am also teaching you compassion, because the deeper you go with me, the more tender your heart will become toward others, and you will begin to see people not as obstacles or threats but as souls in need of grace, and this compassion will guide how you speak, how you correct, how you lead, and how you love, and I am shaping you into someone who brings light without arrogance, truth without harshness, and strength without pride, and I am also preparing you for seasons of abundance, because blessing requires wisdom to steward well, and increase tests the heart just as much as lack does, and I am teaching you generosity, humility, and gratitude so that abundance will not distract you from purpose, and when resources increase, your impact will increase as well, because you will use what you receive to serve others, support good work, and bring hope where there is need, and I am reminding you that true success is not measured by numbers or recognition but by obedience and fruit that lasts, and I am encouraging you to keep your focus on what truly matters, because distractions will come, opportunities will multiply, and not every good thing is a God thing for you, so discernment will protect your time, energy, and calling, and I am teaching you to say no without guilt and yes with confidence, because boundaries are not barriers to love but protections for purpose, and as you grow more secure in who you are, you will stop over-explaining yourself and start trusting me to defend and guide you, and I am also strengthening your resilience, because life will still have challenges, but you will face them with greater calm, wisdom, and faith. And storms that once overwhelmed you will now refine you, and you will learn to stand firm rather than panic, and through every season remember this, I am not asking you to be perfect, I am asking you to stay close, to keep listening, to keep trusting, to keep walking forward even when the path is unclear, and as long as you do that, I will continue to shape you, guide you, provide for you, and use your life as a living testimony of my grace, my power, and my faithfulness, and this journey you are on is not ending here. It is unfolding day by day, step by step, and the deeper you go with me, the more you will realize that everything you need has always been found. My dear child, as you stand at this holy starting point, I am speaking straight to your heart with words filled with eternal truth and a father's gentle love, because I have been preparing you for this exact moment, and this is not just a normal change of dates or another year beginning like the ones before, but a divine turning point, a spiritual doorway I have been building while you walked through hard days, waited in silence, and kept going even when you were unsure if I was working at all. And I want you to know clearly that right now I am unlocking hidden strength, gifts, and purpose inside you, not someday in the future but right now in this very moment, because this season marks the opening of a door of supernatural victory, a door that was sealed during your testing but is now opening with power, and inside you are abilities you have never fully seen, talents that stayed quiet, gifts placed deep within you before the world began, woven into who you are, meant to rise at the right time, and that time is now, because what is ahead will not repeat your past or follow old patterns, but will reveal strengths you did not know you had and awaken gifts that were waiting for release. Just as Moses was prepared through many seasons before stepping into his true calling, your own difficult seasons were not wasted or random, but every challenge refined you, strengthened you, and prepared you to carry what I am now releasing, like pressure turning carbon into a diamond or a sculptor shaping a masterpiece from stone. Every hardship removed what was unnecessary and made room for the truest version of you, the person I always designed you to be, and now like Paul whose life changed in a moment, your understanding is being opened, your vision is becoming clear, and you are not the same person you once were. Your capacity has grown, your spiritual awareness has deepened, and I am ready to reveal the gifts that were hidden. Just as Esther was positioned for her moment, you too are ready for this time, and I am unlocking wisdom in you that goes beyond learning or logic, wisdom that helps you see answers where others see problems, guiding your words, decisions, relationships, work, and finances with clarity that comes from me. Like Daniel and Joseph, you will understand timing, strategy, and purpose, and I am also awakening creativity inside you, ideas, solutions, and visions that will flow naturally, ideas that bless others and bring change, because my creative nature lives in you, and whether in work, ministry, art, teaching, or daily life, you will see new ways forward where others see dead ends, and I am unlocking leadership within you, not about titles or pride, but influence rooted in love and service, where people trust your voice, seek your guidance, and feel safe around you, starting in your family and growing outward, because true leadership serves and lifts others. And along with this I am unlocking a deeper love in you, a love that heals, forgives, and reaches even those who hurt you, a love that first frees your heart from bitterness and fear and then flows into your relationships, restoring families, softening enemies, and bringing peace. And I am sharpening your spiritual sensitivity so you hear my voice clearly, sense my movement, and understand what is happening beyond what eyes can see, not to make you feel special but to help you partner with me wisely. And I am strengthening your faith into a bold confidence that trusts me even when circumstances disagree, a faith that steps forward, prays big prayers, gives generously, and stands firm under pressure. And I am restoring your strength, body, mind, and emotions, lifting heaviness, renewing energy, bringing peace, clarity, rest, and joy, because I am renewing you from the inside out. And I am also teaching you financial wisdom, opening doors, providing resources, and helping you steward what you receive with peace and generosity, not driven by fear but by trust. And understand this clearly, these gifts will grow as you listen to me, spend time with me, step out in faith, obey even when it feels risky, because ability is revealed through obedience, and you must create space to hear my voice, quiet the noise, write what I speak, and act on it, building habits of prayer, worship, and truth not as duty but as connection, and surround yourself with people who encourage growth and truth, not those who keep you small, because not everyone gets a voice in your destiny. And as these changes unfold you will see favor in your work, healing in relationships, depth in your walk with me, restoration in health, and provision in finances, and your life will quietly touch others through simple moments, conversations, and kindness, becoming a testimony of my love and power. And when doubt whispers that this is not for you, silence it with truth, Because I chose you not because you are perfect but because you are willing, and your weaknesses only make room for my strength, and your past has not disqualified you but prepared you, and though waiting has been long and hope felt delayed, this is the appointed time, the season has shifted, the door is opening, just as Joseph, David, and my people were prepared through wilderness before promise. Your wilderness is ending, your next season is beginning, and yes, there will be resistance and misunderstanding, but do not shrink back, stand firm, trust me, stay humble, stay faithful, and remember I'm not carrying this alone. I am with you, working through you, strengthening you, and as you rely on me you will walk forward into everything I prepared for you.